Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa and today I'm very excited because we're recreating a Zendaya makeup look. Zendaya has been everywhere lately for good reason and I'm obsessed with her. With everything she does, she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. I came across this picture of her on Pinterest a few days ago. Excuse me? And this is a very beautiful, just glam. Like, she has so many amazing glam looks, but a lot of them are very complicated and I love them, but they're not me. But this one, it's just a brown smoky eye. There's nothing amazing about it except for the fact that it's on Zendaya's eye, but I liked it and I want to recreate it. I want to try it out. I haven't played with glam in a while. Will I look like Zendaya? No, I will not. But a girl can try, a girl can dream. Keep on watching to see how I do, and let's cross our fingers that we get through this look unscathed? Is that a word? So let's get started. I'm starting with the eyes because obviously it's gonna get a little messy. It's a brown smoky eye, so I wanna make sure that I don't get smudges and fall out everywhere. I don't have all my makeup in my collection, so I'm gonna be grabbing and picking what I brought and what works for me. I stole some makeup from my mom and we're gonna make it work, but you can use whatever you have in your collection or whatever you have at hand. If you have a brown, that's like half of the look, right? So let's get started. For my eyes, I forgot I wasn't recording and I applied my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is my ride or die when I need something to stick. And the first thing I'm gonna do is kind of like sketch where I want to go with this look. So if I'm looking at the picture, it's kind of like blown out a little, obviously. And she has a little bit of like brown here, probably brown all over her tight line. So I'm gonna tightline with this Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in Whiskey, my favorite. I'm just gonna tightline. I'm gonna do half of my waterline, so I'm not gonna go all the way in so it doesn't close out my eyes. And I'm gonna try to extend like a little wing or something and just smoke it out just to see where I want the eyeshadow to follow. And I'm just like blurring this out with my finger because it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, this is just so I can follow this with eyeshadow later. It's not like a big deal. Okay, once we have that sketched, I'm gonna move on to a little bit of a transition shade for my crease. It isn't that complicated. Like, she just has a few browns and like shimmer. For my transition shade, I'm gonna go in with something like a light brown. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Dose of Colors Baked Brown palette. I think this comes in a different packaging now, but the colors are the same. And I'm gonna be using this, like the second lightest color here. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of this to my crease as a transition shade. And always being mindful to pull it out slightly because this is like the shade that we're trying to get. And now moving on to a different palette, and I'm going to be using the Nabla Nude Cutie palette. This has like more cooler tone shades, but I'm just going to go in with this No Doubt shade right here. It looks very like intimidating and brown, but once you like blend it in, it's very much a shade that we are going to be needing for this look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this all over my lid and then blending it up to the crease so that the shimmers have like a base to stick to. So yeah, I'm gonna do that first with my fingers and then we're gonna blend it all out. Okay, so now it's time to start building up like the outer corner. She has a really like pronounced like C right in the outer corner, which is a little bit darker. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to the Baked Browns palette for a second and use the darkest brown shade. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the black from the Nabla palette. Okay, who is that? Anna Delvey? What the fuck was that? And for the black, I'm using an even smaller brush. And like getting the shape, it's not going to be exactly the same as her eyes, obviously, because I don't have her eyes. But I think this is like good enough for me. It's just slight. It's not even a C, it's kind of like a weird shape, but whatever. I think it achieves what we're trying to recreate here. It's a lot of blending, it's a lot of going back and forth with the brown and the black, and just making sure you work in small amounts of product so that you can build up and blend as you go and not have it be an entire complete fuck up. For the shimmer, I'm reaching into another palette, completely different palette. This is the Rowan 25 degree palette. This is warm tones, and if I could open it, that would be amazing. And she has just like a brownie glitter situation that I think we'll be able to achieve with this. Let me see which shades I should use. I think I'm gonna go in with a combination of this one right here and this one. So I'm gonna go in with the brown first and add it to the like first half of my lid. And then I'm gonna go in with the more champagne shimmer on top. And then just making sure to blend the glitter with the rest of the colors. Once all of that's blended out, let me see, from what I can tell, like her lower lash line is pretty much bare. She has a little bit of shadow, but nothing crazy. So I'm just gonna go in with a bit of the same transition shade from the Dose of Colors palette and just run it along my lower lash line, making sure it connects up top. And then I just want to add a little bit of black very, very close to my lashes because it does look like she's wearing falsies, which I don't have with me and I wouldn't be wearing if I did have them with me. So I just want to add a little bit more definition to my lash line. So I'm going to go in with that Nabla black again and just run it close to my lashes. And then for my inner corner, she has like a really bright, like white, true white shimmer. I don't have a true white shimmer with me, but I do have like this super white shade from the Dose of Colors palette, which is matte. So I'm gonna be applying this and hoping it does the trick. Oh yeah. Last but not least, we have mascara, and I'm gonna go for something a little more dramatic because obviously her lashes look really full and elongated and she's probably wearing falsies. But since we're not going to do that, I'm using the L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara, and I'm gonna be applying a few coats of this to my lashes. So for the skin, this is very much like a red carpet glam look. She has full coverage makeup and it's very matte. Do I have a full coverage foundation? No. Do I have a matte foundation? No, I don't. So we're gonna work with what I have, but I'm gonna try to make it like as full coverage as possible. First, I'm starting off with the Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. This is in the shade Peach. I have really bad under eyes, and this is gonna help conceal them, especially because we're doing, you know, we did a smoky eye. I don't wanna look like I was punched in the face. So we need to color correct. For foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum in the shade Light. And this is like pretty low coverage, but I'm gonna try to make it a little fuller coverage. And yes, I am aware that this isn't really my correct shade at the moment, but the sun hasn't come out in weeks. And my skin is very pale, but this is the only foundation I have with me. And then for concealer, I'm going in with the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Concealer in Fair 1W. This is slightly lighter and slightly higher coverage, so I'm going to be adding this to under eyes, you know, where I usually apply concealer. But I'm also taking this on areas where I feel like I need extra concealing. So basically the whole face. Now it's time to powder. We're looking quite glowy, so I'm going to go in with the Kosas Cloud Set Powder in Breezy. This does not mattify your skin at all, so it's not ideal, but again, it's the only powder I have. I'm gonna apply this everywhere. Okay, now it's time for the cheeks. From what I can see in the picture, like, she is very bronzy. Like, she has a very bronzy complexion that goes with the eyes and a slight bit of blush that's more on, like, earthy tones vibes. I'm gonna be using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in 20M, which I think they have discontinued yet again. So sorry about that, but I don't have another bronzer with me right now. So let's apply this if I can find my brush. And I'm just adding this anywhere and everywhere you usually apply your bronzer. For blush, I'm using another discontinued product, Please Don't Kill Me. I didn't know this was discontinued, but this is the Ohii Cheek Smudge in Sahara. And it's this like super pretty earthy red terracotta color. that looks very intense, but once it's applied, it isn't very intense. And I think it goes pretty well with the, like, it's similar to what she's wearing. Obviously it looks different on her because she has a deeper complexion. So we're just gonna work with this. I'm gonna be applying it to like the apples and back. That's kind of like the placement that she has hers. And then for highlighter, it does, like, she does look like she has a little bit of glitter on her skin. That might be just fallout, or it might be the actual, like, highlighter. I don't exactly know, but I do know that she does have a little bit, so I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add this, like, old Milk makeup highlighter that I have. It's a mini size. I mean, it's, like, the only highlighter I brought with me because, again, I'm not really into highlighter these days, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this to, like, the highest points of my face. Nothing special. I just want to at least add a little bit of highlight. Her brows just look very, like, they look filled in, kind of statement, but they look very soft and fluffy. So I'm gonna attempt to do that with my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil. This is the shade Granite. Again, it's my mom's, but we're gonna work with it. And I'm just gonna slightly, like, define, but make it very soft. And to give it that kind of like fluffy set look, I didn't want to go in with a brow gel because brow gels kind of make your brows look harder. So I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop Clear Feather Effect Styling Wax. This is clear, so it's gonna work perfectly for what we're trying to achieve. And this is just gonna like make the brows look fluffy without making them look crunchy. Last but not least, we have the lips. And this was a tricky one because her lip combo is like a nudie peachy, and if I had my collection at home, I know exactly what I would be using, but I don't have it, so I'm gonna have to improvise. But before I start on the lip combo, I'm gonna just line my lips because they need to be a little bigger. So to line the lips, I'm going back to my Make It Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao. And then to recreate the peachy brownie nude thing that she is going on, I'm gonna go with 2 lip products. First, I'm gonna do Glossier Generation G in Cake. This is very peachy. I freaking love it. You guys know it's my favorite. And then on top of that, to make the look a little bit less peachy pink, I'm gonna go with the 3-Way Solid Lip Oil by Deck of Scarlet. This is in Nude Ambition. This is a very like glossy lip product, which is good because she has kind of like satiny lips. They're not completely matte, and this is just slightly brownier. So hopefully this makes it a little more similar to what Zendaya is wearing. So it definitely did make it brownier. Does it look exactly like Zendaya's? It does not look exactly like hers, but it's as similar as we're gonna get. Like, it's not bad, and probably the picture has been edited a little bit, so it's whatever. It's close. It's close. Once the lips are on, I'm just gonna add a little bit of setting spray, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, just to make sure this goes nowhere. And now let me just zoom you in and let's see this up close. I know I've been saying this a lot, but if I had my entire collection with me, maybe it would have looked better. But I think I did well despite not having everything with me. I think the eyes, they look pretty similar. We have similar colors, similar shimmer, similar shape. And then the face obviously looks a little different. It's not as flawless, it's not as matte, but I like it this way better, obviously, because I'm not a big full coverage gal. And then the lips I love. Like, as a whole, I love the look. And that, my friends, is a wrap on today's video. I had a blast recreating Zendaya's look. I think I did good, but again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you have any other people that you want me to recreate makeup from, I don't know if that was grammatically correct, but you get what I'm saying. Please leave it in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun. If you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content with a little bit of lifestyle sprinkled in every once and again, then please make sure to subscribe. It would help the channel out a lot and it would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you right here for the next one. Bye everybody. Mwah.